A coach of mine says it's really hard to read the label from inside the bottle. Because what comes easy to one person doesn't always come easy to the next person. And if you're like me, one of my core things is I'm constantly looking for outside validation, and I feel like I constantly have to prove myself. And by doing that, I internally have this dialogue of like, it can't be simple. I see fashion as the medicine that we need based on what's going on in our lives. And I've talked about this so many times. You guys know I'm like deep into the psychology around the colors and the designs and the silhouettes. Hello, lady, and welcome back to the Styled for Life podcast. It's your girl, Katie here, back with another episode. Super excited. Today's episode has been like literally 3 years in the making, I feel like. So I started this podcast journey in 2019, and this November will be 3 years, and I can't even believe it. And I just can't even believe that I've arrived at this space. And as I was just sitting down to do my ritual to record this episode, so many amazing women and their support and their comments over the years were just like rattling through my mind. And I truly feel honored to be here. So shout out to all my OG listeners that have been on this train with me for the last 3 years. I love you. I'm so grateful for you. And if you're new, welcome. This is going to be your new favorite podcast. My intention, as always, with this podcast is to share inspiring messages, easy, tips and solutions that myself, my clients, my amazing ladies that I'm constantly around are implementing to just feel better, just every little bit each day, whether that's around body confidence, mental wellness, or style solutions. Because style isn't just what you wear, it's how you live. So welcome to Styled for Life. So juicy. Today's episode is how to shop like a stylist. So I say that this episode and this week is 3 years in the making because when I started this journey, anyone who has been listening to the podcast knows that the podcast started with a different name, and it was Just Realized, because that's where I was in my journey. I just realized like this shit's not working for me anymore. Like, what is next? Because this ain't it. And I feel like I'm having another one of those just realized moments in my life where after running the podcast and running the styling business for 2 years, I can hear and fully create what you have been asking for. Over this last couple of years of journey, being a business owner, becoming a stylist, which was my first love. You guys know I went to fashion school and then I just hung it up and started listening to what everyone else said. So when I came back to styling, while I know it's my gift and while I know it's my first love and I know hands down, this is what I was put on this planet to do, is to share with women how our clothes impact how we feel every single day and that it's not just about the clothes. I lacked a little bit of confidence, right? I've never ran a business before. I've never truly been a stylist before. So I did all the things. I went and got certified. I, started out with new clients and took beta clients and like did all the things. And over the years, people would ask me like, well, what's the real pain point? And I was like, I don't know. Like, you just want to feel good, right? Like in your body right now. So like, I do feel like my mission with this is to help women feel good in their body right now without losing weight, without working harder, without doing something they're not completely aligned with. Like that is the end goal. But there's very specific pain points that we bump up against on a daily basis. And for the years, I was just having a hard time seeing that. Like a coach of mine says it's really hard to read the label from inside the bottle. Because what comes easy to one person doesn't always come easy to the next person. And if you're like me, one of my core things is I'm constantly looking for outside validation, and I feel like I constantly have to prove myself. And by doing that, I internally have this dialogue of like, it can't be simple. Like the answer cannot be that simple. The answer cannot be, how do I shop? Because it seems so easy, but it's not. because shopping's not easy. And over the years, what I've learned and what I've realized that people have been saying to me is, I hate shopping. So like, I want you to help me. I don't know what fits my body. When I go in the store, I'm like, what the fuck is happening? The stores I used to like, I don't like. Am I allowed to like the stores I used to like? Like I had a baby. I go in, I haven't gotten dressed for 2 years, like whatever the story is. And like, holy shit, like this is terrible. You spend hours walking the mall, schlepping bags, or you don't even buy anything because you don't know what to buy. You spend hours endlessly scrolling, and not just on social media, but like any of your favorite retailer's website, or just scrolling the internet because you don't even know who your favorite retailer is anymore. And I have received that, and I have boiled that down into this brand new guide that we're going to talk about today on the pod, and that's launching live when this episode goes live. It is live, and it is my brand new How to Shop Like a Stylist Fall Shopping and Styling Companion. So what I did is I basically took the journey that I take my clients through and boiled it down into like a PDF for the woman that's like, yes, this is making sense. I'm tuning into the podcast every week. But at this point, wherever I'm at, like there's not a version of me today that's going to work with Katie. But I want you to feel amazing, right? So I really wanted something that anyone could use. And I've been working on these new packages with my existing clients where I've started to create these lookbooks for them and styling their clothes and make it super easy. And we've started to create these outfit formulas that are like magic, and have a couple of key clients who like are obsessed with these, and they download them and save them into their phone through the digital app that we use. And they're like, dude, you have I had no idea how much time this is saving me, how much anxiety it's saving me. When I go into my closet, I don't have to think about what I'm going to wear. I don't start feeling bad about myself. I know I'm going to look good. I know I can, go into my meeting, crush my meeting. I can go ask for the raise. I can go do these things. And one of my clients was like, you need to make this book, and you need to tell people to save it in their phones and take it shopping with them. She's like, it will change their lives. And I've been hearing this, and I just haven't acted on it. But I have acted on it, and it is here. She's ready to go. So if you hate shopping, if the idea of shopping just like makes you cringe, then this guide is for you. And we're going to take a little bit of time in this episode and kind of break apart why you hate shopping so much. Because honestly, we hate doing things that we're just not fucking good at. We hate doing things that are not easy for us. Our brain is constantly looking for ways to conserve energy. And we're always looking for the path of least resistance, right? Because that's what makes us comfortable. And when we go out shopping and we don't have a plan and we don't have an intention, then it sucks, right? Like you would never just go to the grocery store to go to the grocery store. Never once in my life has a friend been like, hey, Katie, I'm going to run out to Publix. Do you want to go? Like we can get lunch. We could walk around Publix. We can see what's in the cereal aisle. Like maybe we could check out the fruit. It's fall and I need some new food. Do you just want to go hang out? Hell no. Like I'd be like, have you lost your mind? Like we're not even friends anymore. So why would we go clothes shopping without an intention, without a list? You don't. It's not just unless you thoroughly enjoy that, unless that is your game. But even as a stylist, I don't enjoy just aimlessly walking around in a mall to see what's popular. I personally love to study trends and the designer stories and why the clothes are being created and what they're reflecting back to us as a society, because I see fashion as the medicine that we need based on what's going on in our lives. And I've talked about this so many times. You guys know I'm like deep into the psychology around the colors and the designs and the silhouettes. And this is my passion, right? So I love to take it deep. I love to read about Bottega and their designer and how he, grew up and like what in London's version of Detroit for us, and how he used that inspiration to design this, and like all of that, like floats my boat. But that's not for everybody, but everybody does have to wear clothes. So if you want to learn how to shop, if you want to learn how to create your style strategy, if you want to know what you are going shopping for this season to make it amazing, it's in this guide. It has everything. It's notes on cleaning out your closet, how to figure out what your style archetype is, which we're going to talk a little bit about today on the show, Tips for online shopping. The important part, it does have a full trend report as well in this new How to Shop Like a Stylist Fall Shopping Companion, but it goes into the why. Trends aren't important to be on trend. Trends are important because we need to know what to expect when we go into stores. When you are creating your style strategy, I want you to think about it like baking a cake. Your basics, essential pieces that every woman should, I don't like using the words should, every woman needs to have in her wardrobe. Jeans, a white t-shirt, a black blazer, boots, shoes, those basic essentials are the ingredients that we put together to make our cake. The trends that you will see front and center on the mannequins or on the homepage of the websites that you're shopping on, those are the icing on the cake. So now that I've baked my cake, how am I choosing to ice it? Am I a vanilla girl? Am I a hot pink confetti funfetti girl? Am I a red velvet cake, right? Like I'm going to have on really sexy underwear, but you're not going to know that until you cut into the cake. Like what is your style, right? That's why it's important to know what trends are, because when you go shopping, you can know what to expect, and it helps you understand what retailers and what brands fit you directly, right? Give you a really quick example. I am more of a classic, polished style and a little sporty, right? I don't like a lot of floral prints. I'm looking around my closet. I don't think I have a floral print in here. So while I love Free People and Anthropologie and different brands like that, I'm not particularly attracted to them. They're not my first line of defense. If I went to a mall that was filled with stores like that, I would come out empty-handed because it's just not my go-to. It's just not my inherent makes me happy. Am I willing to experiment with things? Sure, I love clothes. But if I'm trying to create a style strategy, I need to know exactly what stores to go in and which ones fit me, what brands, what private labels, maybe at Nordstrom fit me, etc. So this guide has all of that, right? So you got your fall trends, but more importantly, it teaches you how to bake the cake. It tells you what fall essentials you absolutely need in your closet. It's more importantly, this is the part you're going to love, done for you outfit formulas. So I tell you your fall basics and I tell you exactly how to make outfits out of them. Then I tell you the trends and exactly how to make outfits out of them. It has over 30. So at least one for every day of the month. I wanted every day of the month. So you don't even have to repeat a combination. You can wear it through all of September, October. Over 30 done for you outfit formulas, like literally plug and play outfit formulas to get you started. So you know exactly what to shop for. And after you've done the shopping, know exactly what to wear. It's all laid out for you so you can save time, money, you can have fun. It's literally like having me in your pocket when you go shopping this season. It's your fall style strategy. So no more walking in the mall for hours, endlessly scrolling, coming up empty-handed. Go, the first day the weather gets cold and you're like, shit, I have nothing to wear. I need to go buy a boot, and making impulse rash decisions around what to buy this season, what boots to get, what things to get, because you don't know what you want. That's how we waste money, is either we get paralyzed with, the paralysis analysis of like, am I allowed to wear these boots? Which boots should I wear? Like, there's too many rules to fashion. That's why I hate fashion. Know the rules, break the rules, but I got you. So go download your How to Shop Like a Stylist Fall Shopping Companion to make shopping easy for you. It's $29 for the whole download. I poured hours of time and love into this, so $29 is a steal, but because you are my lifeblood, and you guys know how much I enjoyed podcasting. Anyone who's on my email list or listens to this podcast, use code SQUAD, because you're part of my squad, part of my style squad, and you can get 33% off of the download for a couple of days. And that brings it down to like just under $20. So around 19 something, you can have this whole entire companion just for you. So go download it right now today. DM me, tell me what you love. KatieJustStyled.com/how-to-shop and use code SQUAD for 33% off. All right, ladies, I can't wait to see what you get. But let's talk about how to shop for a few minutes. Why have you on this podcast? So I've kind of like been doing that the whole time. I was talking about the guide, but there's 3 key spaces that we can begin with. So for anyone who's just here for the inspo and just wants the content from the podcast, let's hop into how to shop. The very first thing you need to know is yourself. Again, think about it like grocery shopping. There's no point in making a grocery list. There's no point in going to the grocery store if you don't already know what you're going to have for dinner, right? I would never go to the grocery store again and hang out. I mean, I loathe grocery store shopping. I do know there's people that enjoy it. I have met a couple people in my life, but I don't resonate with that. So maybe you don't either. And I'm just fucking busy too, right? So I'm like, I still feel busy sometimes and prioritize other things in my life over even some of the things that I enjoy doing. Like, journaling, meditating, that kind of stuff. Grocery shopping is not self-care to me. But I would never just go grocery shopping and say, hey, I'm going to walk around the grocery store until I figure out what I want to eat for dinner. Like that is not going to work for me. So I don't want you to approach shopping for clothes the same way, right? You have to know what you want. What are you in the mood for? What are we dressing for? What's our intention? Most importantly, what is your style archetype? What are those styles that you are naturally attracted to? What are those elements that you are naturally attracted to? There's a couple different ways to get here because you might be thinking after a life transition that I don't know what that is anymore. Like I don't even know who I am anymore. So if you haven't already, you can go to katiejuststyled.com/quiz and you can download the style icon quiz to understand who that is for you. And it's not really a who, it's a what. It's what's that archetype? What's that icon, that image that you resonate with? How does that person dress? Where does that person shop? Like, where can you find those clothes? And you need to start doing like a little bit of investigative research to to connect with the dots. Do I like clean lines? Do I like solid colors? Like I was saying, I don't really care for floral patterns. So like I know that about myself. So when I'm making my style strategy, I know exactly what brands I'm going to shop ahead of time because I know who carries the styles that I like. So knowing your style archetype or your style icon is such a big deal, right? Getting in there and knowing what resonates with you. Another fun way that I like to approach this is set a 3-minute timer, 5 minutes, whatever you feel like you have time for. Get onto Pinterest and just start and go to like fall styles, fall looks, and just save all the things that you're attracted to. Don't think about it. Just save them. Don't check the board. Create a new board, but don't check it. Just save. When the timer goes off, pop back into your Pinterest and start to look for the similarities. I guarantee a lot of the looks will start to look the same. You'll start to notice, oh, I did a bunch of blazers and they all look like this. Oh, I did a bunch of prints and they all were polka dots. Oh, I see there's a color pattern in here. There's a bunch of pinks and purples. Super easy way to start to identify that. So now you can start eliminating. You walk into a store, if you know you're already attracted to purple polka dots, you can eliminate 50% of the store. And narrow it down. So that's the first one. Because shopping sucks because we don't have a strategy. Again, our brain is always looking for the path of least resistance. If we don't know what we're doing, we don't like doing it. And I know, no matter what it is, whether it's shopping, when I first started this podcast, I loved podcasts. They changed my life. It's why I wanted to start one. But the amount of anxiety it used to give me to get on here when I first started this podcast, oh my God, I hated it. I enjoy it so much more now that I think I know what I'm doing. Well, at least my process is down. I hope you think I know what I'm doing. It's so much more enjoyable. Yes, I have a podcast strategy. I know what I'm going to talk about. I have a flow that I follow, and it's so much easier. It's an essential outfit formula, right? I have put it together. I have strategy. Same thing applies for shopping. And this goes for like my stylist friends. Like we talk about this, like, hey, what are you going to get this fall? What are the gaps in your closet? And that's another piece of it. Edit your closet. So if you have not listened to last week's episode on the 5 things that are killing your confidence in your closet, go back and listen to that episode. Super powerful. It's 5 things, but it's not 5 pieces. It's 5 things, meaning let's go in the closet and clean out all the things that don't fit. And I go into all the mindset and psychology around why it's important. Anything that has tags for longer than 6 months, why it needs to go, why it's killing your self-confidence. So go through and listen to last week's episode on the 5 things that are killing your confidence in your closet if you really want to learn how to clean out your closet. It's a great, great episode. It's literally, I think, out of all the fucking hundreds of episodes I've recorded, it was one that was so seemingly natural, and I've had a lot of amazing conversations around it. It was just a really good episode. So go check that out and learn exactly how to edit down your closet, because once you know who your archetype is, and when I say what your archetype is, what you like. Do you like bright prints? Do you like bright colors? Do you like feminine hairstyles? Do you like feminine jewelry? Do you like bold, clean lined jewelry? Do you just like black and white? Do you like classic patterns? Once you've got all that narrowed down and you're feeling really good about yourself, that also will help you edit your closet, because now you're in the closet and you're like, why the fuck do I have this? Of course it has tags on it, because I am not someone that connects to the floral pattern. So if I buy a shirt with floral pattern and then don't ever wear it, it's got to go. Because if it stays in the closet, it's a constant reminder of a mistake that I have made, and it opens up the self-doubt conversation. And I don't know about you, but my inner mean girl doesn't need any toss-ups. Okay, she's doing just fine of reminding me constantly where I'm failing, because I see the shirt, it has the tags on it, and then I go, nope, that was a bad mistake. I'm always spending money on things I really don't need. Oh man, now just like yesterday, I spent all that money on Amazon, stuff I didn't need, and it opens the door up. That's why that shit's got to get out your closet. It's why it's killing your confidence. But once you clean out your closet, shopping's so much easier, because once you've cleaned out the closet, now you know what you need to buy. Now it's like cleaning out the pantry. It's like cleaning out the fridge. Now I know what to put on my list. Oh, this milk was old. I'm going to throw it away. Put milk on the grocery list. So when I go shopping, I know exactly what to buy, right? Now I'm baking the cake. That is me and my personal style. I need milk to bake that cake. It makes it so much easier. So go back to that. And that episode also talks a lot about the foundations. Like, what are the milk, eggs, and bread that we need in our closet to make getting dressed easy every day? So that is in detail in last week's episode of 5 Things Healing Your Confidence. But it's also laid out for you in the How to Shop Like a Stylist guide that's available today. Use code SQUAD. Shameless plug there. And last but not least, knowing your body. So you figured out your archetype, which is what you're attracted to, which is your energetics, your emotional, spiritual side, right? We've done the work of cleaning out the closet. We know where the holes are in the closet. And speaking of holes, the biggest takeaway from last week's episode was no holy underwear. Everyone has been freaking out about that. Holy underwear gotta go. You are too amazing to be wearing holy underwear. And one of my feng shui ladies has confirmed that that is a leak in your energetic feng shui. I am not a feng shui expert by any means, but I'm taking any feng shui that I can get in my life. So anywhere we can get the help, right? So the holy underwear got to go. But underwear, having amazing underwear, are actually part of that really, really good foundation, right? Like, again, you would never bake the cake with old eggs or old milk, right? You wouldn't do that. So think of your body the same way. And I love using the analogy of cake because, well, I mean, cake by the pound, baby. Like, this is what we're working with, which naturally leads itself into knowing your body. Knowing your body is super important. And this is where my job and the services I provide become really, really valuable, is helping women see their body and the proportions and learning how to balance them up. But in the guide, I talk about this, and I want to drop some more online tips here, is the goal anytime you're getting dressed is to balance up the body and keeping it proportionate, just like you would decorate your home in proportions. And if you've been listening to the podcast, you've heard me say this before. Speaking of feng shui, you would never put all your furniture on one side of the room and leave the other side empty. So we want to think our body is the same way. If you feel like you're more top heavy, then your goal is to always add more volume in the lower part of your body. If you're feeling like you're more bottom heavy, meaning thick thighs and a little booty, and not as big chest, then we want to add more things up top, pockets and frills and big shoulders and all of those things. For ladies like me who come out swinging with the knockers, I need a little something flowing around the legs, right? Skinny jeans are great, but my skinny jeans always look better when I pair them with heavier boots or really fun shoes or something that's drawing your eyes down, because that's how I balance out my body. Online shopping. So let's talk about that. Measuring your body. The number one thing you need to be successful in shopping is getting a measuring tape. I want you all to not pause this podcast, but to write down and add to that shopping list. You can even put it on your grocery list. Get a measuring tape. Measuring and knowing your exact measurements are freaking king. For one, if you're listening and you're like, I don't think I'm top heavy or bottom heavy, you could be perfectly hourglass, which most people are kind of a mixed bag, a little bit of a fruit salad. But knowing your measurements is going to help you see your body in a completely different, objective way. When you're online shopping and you're stuck in between two sizes, I have two pieces of advice that I always give my clients that make online shopping a lot easier. One, know your measurements, and then hone in on your area of consideration. What is the area of consideration that gives you the most duress? I don't like using the word problem area. So I always say, what's the area I'm considering, right? Like I'm not considering my calves and my ankles because I have no beef on my calves or my ankles. Chances are I'm considering my midsection, or for me, my boobs, right? Like, are they covered? Are they going to fit? Is the button down going to be busting out the bag? Like, what are we doing here? Those are my areas of consideration. So if I'm buying a new top and I don't know if I need to get a medium or a large, I'm going to measure myself. I'm going to compare it to the measurement chart on retailer. Every retailer has it. And remember, every retailer is not the same. Another podcast episode on why clothing sizes are bullshit, a couple episodes back, sizes are not standard. Sizes are not regulated from one brand to the next. The size you are in the Gap is not going to be the same size you are at Nordstrom. It might be the same size as another Gap brand because they probably are using the same sizing standard. But just remember, different designers, different brands, they can run different sizes. And in this industry, an inch makes all the difference. When you work with a stylist and we're putting on clothes, 1 inch where your shirt lands on your body can make you feel like $1 million or make you feel like a dud. Big, big difference. So get that measuring tape, measure your body, and look for those consideration areas on the sizing chart for the brand and retailer that you are shopping and try to pick that brand. If you're still not sure, order both sizes. Save yourself some time and energy, order both sizes. Pick when the package arrives, open it neatly, safely, and try on the size that you feel like is probably the size that's going to fit. You just have the other one there for backup. That is how I shop when I'm in a pinch. And then I will return it back. And I have a whole process around returns and things like that. If you feel like that's not the most sustainable, environmentally friendly way, and the skin on the back of your neck is crawling right now, I hear you. I have a solution for that. These are just solutions to problems as we are beginning to create our style strategy, and we each have our own, right? My goal is always to minimize returns, but sometimes there's no way around that. Using rental companies like Nuuly or Rent the Runway is another great way to learn your body and to understand how clothes fit you, to learn what you like, to learn more about the brands and their sizing so that you can confidently shop brands. There's so many different ways to approach this, but at the end of the day, what I've really learned is it just comes down to knowing what we like, what we don't like, what our body considerations are, and creating a style strategy from that. I am a huge proponent of how do you want to feel? Style is not just about what you wear, it's how you live. How are those clothes going to make you feel? And that's the focus. Then we can release the pressure that we put around ourselves, around knowing the fashion rules and Can I wear black with navy? And is white after Labor Day? And all the damn rules that people think come with fashion that really no one cares, because fashion is art. And I don't think any of the stylists I know and women that I'm working with would ever look at another woman who's doing her thing and judge her based on that ever. So I'm giving you permission right now to let the rules go, focus, and create your style strategy and learn how to shop based on what feels good for you. So I hope you enjoyed those tips. I hope you're finding so much value in this content. If you want to take it another step further and you want to support me and have a stylist in your pocket this season to make shopping super, super easy, go download the How to Shop Like a Stylist Fall Shopping Companion. Get rid of the endless hours of scrolling and walking and shopping. Save time, save money, have fun. You know, at the end of the day, my name of my game is fun. So go download it today, katiejuststyled.com/how-to-shop, and use code SQUAD for 33% off to get the whole entire guide, trend report, and everything for under $20. It's a freaking steal. If you have any questions and you want to just connect quickly on Instagram, you can hit me up there, Katie Allen Stylist. And if you're like, boo, I just want you, let's get started. I need some one-on-one work. Let's do the thing. I want you to do the shopping for me because I don't have time, because I'm an amazing, busy, badass lady doing all this big bitch energy over here. Book a discovery call and we can get started. I'm opening up spots for October and November now. katiejuststyled.com/connect. But don't forget to use code SQUAD. It's only going to be available to my podcast listeners and my email subscribers. Not passing it out on the gram, because this is for my OG ladies, my true supporters of the podcast. So thanks for joining me today on this episode of Styled for Life. I will see you on the flip side.